Nathan, Nat and Sean, now the Spring Racing Carnival is almost upon us, and gosh, we start to think, what would we wear? Well, luckily we have the wisdom in our midst of Laura Dundovic. Welcome back, Laura.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Laura, Myer Fashion's in the field tomorrow, the opening day at Ascot, which will be an absolute corker. Everybody will be there to register and have a crack. There's huge prizes up for grabs as well.
There's massive prizes. So it's the WA final. So the winner will be going to Flemington. I think it's about $11,000 worth of prizes. There's a $1,000 Myer gift card, $700 worth of antler luggage. It's pretty good.
And the ultimate prize, if you win the big one, is a Lexus
convertible.
I know,
Yeah,
and
that's
I've seen the car. It's amazing. Yeah. I got to do a photo with it, and they were like, "Oh no, you can't sit on it. Oh no, don't sit there." I'm like, "It's that."
And now we're taking it away.
I think I have to talk about the controversy for this year of the Fashions of the Field. Talk to me about pantsuits.
Yeah.
What is happening? Everything's up and down. Country is western, fish is chips.
Yeah, look, with the whole pantsuits thing, I don't know. We're looking for traditional racewear, and when you go for traditional, it's very much about the dress, the covered up shoulders. Look, I've seen some pantsuits done well, but I think what we're really trying to push is for that real, typical racewear.
The feminine, very, it has to be quite tailored, doesn't it?
Quite tailored. We want something that's, I think the thing that you've got to go for is you want something that's on trend with fashion, but that's still very racewear appropriate. So no short hemlines. We're not going to a nightclub.
Okay.
No, we're not.
And what is in
You're looking a bit worried there.
Well, everything on mine's short, as you know, all my hems. Talk to me about neon print. Is neon still in?
Oh, loving neon. At Myer at the moment, if there's Magdalena Walewska, and her range is just bright. And another big one, we're calling it the sugar-coated pastels. So anything you can imagine in like sorbet.
Yeah, right.
So it's either really bright, neon, or in the pastels.
Now, headwear, is it a hat or a fascinator or a hatinator? What do you do?
A hatinator?
Look, it's really whatever suits you. I think if it's your first time at the races, a lot of people feel a bit more comfortable with. There's a label called Morgan and Taylor, which have like little bows and smaller sort of pieces. Yeah. If you're confident, get a big sun hat if it's a sunny day. I love that kind of thing, but we just don't want anything. Some people come out with these outrageous hats with these massive feathers.
They can't see where they're going. They're running to poles.
You're poking everyone in the eye. Yeah.
Laura, what about the men's fashion? And what colours would you be wearing? I'd go to races regularly. You want to talk about fascinators? Come on.
Look, boys, the most important thing to do is make sure you polish your shoes. A lot of boys turned up with the most amazing... we've got notes writing down. Yeah, that's it, boys.
Polish shoes.
Polished shoes. A lot of them turn up and they've got on like these amazing outfits and then these old little scuff shoes. Also to have a really, really nicely fitting suit. It's about the
Do you prefer a colour?
Not bright colours.
Okay. No.
No bright colours. Look, it's all about like a massive one is a grey suit, a nice black suit, maybe navy, and then incorporating a little bit of maybe a pattern in there with either the pocket handkerchief, with a hat, maybe with your tie.
Can we talk about the tie firstly?
Yeah.
Ties, they come in skinny now.
Oh, I like skinny.
And the larger ones.
Yeah.
Are larger ones now for older people because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whenever I was going to buy a tie the other week for the Calgary Cup, and when I was having a look, I went, okay, and I saw this really great tie, but it had that fat bottom, and I thought, that looks like an old person's tie. I think that we have to wear skinny ones. Is that right?
I've seen some jumbo ones out there. I went through Dad's wardrobe the other day, and I was like, whew, that's something.
Picnic blanket.
Yeah. But look, I think that the skinny is obviously the trend for the moment. Even some cute little bow ties. Remember, it's not evening wear for the boys, but there's some really cute little textured tartan ones.
Gossip boys that'll look.
Chuck Bass all the way.
Bass sister.
Now, can you go for the fellas, the linen suit and the slide shoes?
Like we're getting married to J-Lo on the beach.
Oh, look.
Can you go that way? It's going to be 27 at Ascot tomorrow.
Look, it is going to be 27 tomorrow, 20 to 7. It's going to be 27. I'm not a massive fan of the linen because, boys, if you sit down, it's going to get crumpled.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good
what if your missus brings an iron?
Yeah.
An iron.
Surely she carries one in her
that
pocket.
is dedication.
Laura, what about you when you're turning up? I mean, tomorrow you're going to be sitting there as a judge. People are going to be judging you just as much.
Oh, yeah.
Do you get nervous on these type of days as well? Have I got it right?
Look, this
and because you're an ambassador, do you have a panel of people telling you what you should be wearing?
Yeah, well, what Myer will do is they'll send out a few options, and from there I then sort of have a pick. So I've got a fitting with Aurelio Costarella today, which is he's judging with me tomorrow. But yeah, so it's serious business. This Fashions on the Field. The girls travel around from state to state. And you know,
it tends to be the same people. Lots of people will go in it every year, right?
Yeah. So it's the same people. And that's
a lot of money.
And there's homemade stuff too, which I like as well.
There's homemade, there's vintage, there's people that have gone out and bought the whole outfit, but they do get very, very competitive. And, you know, we set these rules, rules. It's just more of a thing. Like we say, you know, for a guy, you know, it's great to accessorize. And there's some people that will go, I didn't win and I had all of the bits and pieces, but it's really about having that completed look.
So peplums. I know about peplums.
You are right on trend.
Yeah.
Peplums.
It's this thing that women do. Okay. So you can either get them a detachable leather peplum, which I saw at the Brownlows, or it's actually just a bit of a on your dress. It goes around your waist and it's sort of like a little frill.
You've got to check out some of the Ellery clothing. She's got amazing
that'll
peplums.
Be what I'm doing all afternoon.
And the peplum's just flattering. The peplum's great for every shape.
You look great with the peplum on.
You would, Sean.
And hide that booty of yours.
It accentuates your waist.
It's the female waistcoat, I think.
Yeah. Now, shoes.
Yes.
The problem is that girls are going to be on their feet all day, and by the end of the day, if they're wearing those magnificent shoes where they look like a baby giraffe when they're walking, they can't walk by the end of the day, and they're walking around with them in their shoes.
I've seen the worst things, the ones in the hands. I've seen girls walking out in their boyfriend's shoes and the boyfriend barefoot.
So what do you do? Because you can't wear flat shoes with these outfits.
No, it's just important, you know, pop a little pair of Hollywood feet in your handbag. We always say that don't wear brand new shoes, you know, wear them around a few days before and, you know, sit down as much as you can.
Because if you're walking around on a race course, generally there's a lot of grass everywhere. You'll be sinking anyway.
I know. And then what happened to Julia Gillard the other day?
Can we do a Gillard?
There
you go.
All right. Well, it's not too late to register. If you get dressed tomorrow and think you look fabulous, you can register for Myer Fashions on the Field between 2:30 and 2 p.m. and then the heats will commence straight after that. Wink at Laura. She'll be judging along with Aurelia
Extra
Costa.
points for a win.
And she sinks back into the grass.
Oh, no, you're going back there, Nathan. Julia's was a forward fall.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, Laura.
Thank
Gorgeous
you.
as always.